So I want to talk a bit about the project itself. Now that I've given you an overview of the technical details, a bit of how things are built. So we build Harvest in a fully transparent open source manner. And so what do I mean by this? So everything is hosted on GitHub. All our commits are public, so there is no internal repository that we work on and then push code out so that everyone else can get it. Everything is public. All the code goes out in public immediately. We have public bugs and tickets, so you can go in and you can see us, arguing about the best way to fix things, and you can file issues yourself. We also have public automated testing, so we have a continuous integration set up with a program called Travis CI, which allows us to immediately run all our automated tests, and you can see when a build breaks, when tests fail, as new code gets committed and gets fixed. And so there's total transparency on the testing side of things as well, and even our website. So even our website is public. We actually did have, I think, one person submit a fix for a typo. So thank you. That's great. So that's how it's supposed to work. So so everything is out there, and including documentation. So we're really committed to having as complete documentation as we possibly can. And so all the components are documented. We continue to add to them. We based on feedback from early adopters and internally, we're constantly enhancing those and improving those. We really want people to have a good experience and really be able to understand all the various components and how they fit together. And then finally, we've also got recently had a publication in JAMIA outlining Harvest and talking about the architecture and applications of it. And so if you're interested in some more detail on design decisions and some of the more technical details, the paper is an excellent resource, and keeping with our open source philosophy here, it is open access, so you can freely get that paper and read about it as well. So where are we? So right now, we recently released Harvest 2.1. This includes saved and shared queries, so people using the same Harvest instance can save queries and share them with other users who have access to that instance. We're working on having saved sets of patients, genes, and samples coming later this year, so the ability to run a query, get a set of individuals or genes or samples, and save those off as a list, and then use that in subsequent query, or even merge those and doing things like unions and intersections between those lists. We think that's going to be a really powerful way to provide some really advanced functionality that's often difficult to think about. And we're looking for early adopters, externally. So we've had a number of projects internally that we've gotten off the ground with Harvest, and we've used it in a number of scenarios. But of course, we'd always like to help others get up and going and get some collaborators on the project. We're also rolling out combined phenotype and genomics queries across several of our applications, as you saw an example of. So there's a couple resources we have. We have the main Harvest website, as well as the GitHub repository with all the code base in. So you can use both of those. Our website recently was updated, and we have links on the CBMI website as well to get there. And finally, I'll say if you're interested in keeping up with where things are, we do have an email list you can sign up for. We don't send a lot of email out through it, but for major communications, that's certainly a good way to keep up to speed. And so if you go to that URL, you can sign up for that email list. And with that, I think I will open it up for questions.